Hey, welcome to my channel. Letting go of the old story. The problem we have, so this is why you are not making the law of attraction work for you, why it's not working for you. Firstly, when you say it's not working for you, it is working for you, but it's not working the way you want it to work. It's still working because it's working on your feelings and your deep-rooted beliefs and the words that you say on a daily basis, creating your reality. So it is working. But when you are directly trying to manifest something, so you've chosen something, you want to bring into your life, you want to manifest it. At the moment, you see it as hard to manifest. I've got to try to bring this into my life. So I am going to start using mental diet. I'm going to start using affirmations. I'm going to put in the intention, all of this stuff. I'm going to start feeling like, living in the end, all of that stuff that people say that they're doing. And they are doing it. And then they say, but I'm manifesting the opposite, or I'm not manifesting what I want. I'm still stuck, nothing's happening. It's because you're still holding on to the old story generally. And what I mean by holding on to the old story, so you might be on one hand manifesting, so doing all of these things in order to manifest, and on the other hand still talking about the old story, still telling people about it, still feeling it, still thinking about it, still saying I want to manifest this, but this happened and that happened. So that is you holding on to the old story. And as long as you hold on to the old story, you can't really manifest a new story, because that is deep, that old story. It's there, it happened, it was reality, it actually happened to you. So it's very strong because you know it happened. But you're on the other hand trying to create something and believe that something is already happening that hasn't happened yet. So that isn't going to be as strong, because you're going to have a lot of maybe some negative emotion, maybe, but not particularly, some attachment to that new story unfolding, some circumstances matter attached to the old story, all of that stuff. And that is what holds us back. And it doesn't mean that we're not manifesting. We're manifesting all of the time. We're just still manifesting the old story, because that's what we are. That's what our dominant vibration is. Our dominant feeling state on that particular subject is the old story. So I always say this, that noticing it is the first step. Once you've noticed it and sort of thought, because you might look at this, if you've never heard this before, you might come to this video and think, oh God, yeah, that's what I'm doing, that's what's holding it back. And that realization can be enough just to nudge it slightly and to sort of bring the balance back. So at the moment, you will be heavy on the old story and not so heavy on the new story. You'll be trying. And because you'll be trying, your vibration is one of trying, and your vibration is a bit of a heavy vibration, a bit of a stuck vibration, a bit of a why isn't it moving vibration. It's all mixed up into making your vibration of it. So you're still seeing the same, or not seeing any movement, which is the same, isn't it? Or seeing things that you don't want to see, because it's all mixed up with that vibration that you have going on at the moment. So you have to let go of the old story in order to create a new story. You just have to. And why do you want to hold on to the old story anyway? You don't. And it can be with anything. I'm not just talking about relationships. I'm talking about absolutely anything. If you're holding on to any particular story, which is generally something that happened in the past, which you're bringing into your future state, and not really knowing that you're doing it. So if you're trying to manifest one thing, you have a contradiction going on. The old story is your contradiction, basically. And that's what you want to try to release, in which any way you can do that. Now, I'm just going to teach you something here, and this isn't my technique. And although the lovely lady that gave me this technique, which is a coaching client, says, oh yeah, just say it's your technique, but I'm not going to do that, because credit where it's due, and it isn't but it was awesome. So basically, you want to talk to your subconscious, and we were talking about this, and there's a long story that goes with that. I'm going to make another video about the story that she told me. So I'm going to keep this completely separate and just teach you this technique, and then tell you in another video why this technique is special. Any case, so you're talking to your subconscious, and whatever your issue is, say you've got some resentment over something that happened, say it's a person, you say, I heal my resentment. I heal, and it doesn't matter if you say my resentment or the resentment, whatever you say, words aren't important. As we were talking, the discussion I was having with her, I was saying to her, the actual words aren't important. It's just the meaning that you attach to the word that's important. The dictionary definition of a word is not what's important, it's what feeling it gives you. So you can say, I want something, or you can say, I have something already, whichever way works for you. So we were talking about saying, I heal this. And so I heal my feelings of attachment towards this person, or I heal my feelings of resentment towards this person. You could use it for anything. And as the conversation went on, we were throwing loads of stuff in there. She was going, well, what about this? And what about that? I said, well, you could use that statement for that. It doesn't matter. And it gave me a really great feeling talking to her about this. And I felt this could really work for some people. Like I said to her, not everything works for everybody, but if it works for you, awesome. So you just, we were talking about owning the issue. So a lot of people will say, if you have attachment, you shouldn't say, I heal my attachment. You should say, I am completely detached, or something like that. But the thing is, that is then going against what you're actually feeling. So it's almost like causing resistance, because you're feeling, I'm not detached, but I'm not detached. So why not just say, I heal the attachment I feel? If you don't want to own it and say my attachment, say, I heal the attachment that I feel over this situation. I loved it, and it may not work for everyone, but please do give it a try, because I did love it when we were talking about it, and I went back and I just tried it about various different things, minor things for me, but I had that feeling. I thought, oh my God, that's awesome. Because what you're doing is telling your subconscious to heal that issue. So give it a try. If it works for you, please come back and tell me. I'd love for that to happen. I'm going to, like I said, go much more into why there are no rules with the law of attraction and with this law of assumption, all that, no rules whatsoever. And that is going to feature in that next video. And I might shoot that this weekend sometime if I can, because I'm really enthusiastic to talk about it. Anyway, so we'll go back. Old story, new story. If you want a new story, you have to let the old story go, and you have to find a way to do that. You can just let it drop naturally. If you find that, that actually that's going to work for me, I'm just going to let it go naturally when the time is right. But know that you have to do that. You can't manifest one thing when you're holding on to another, because you're vibrating the old story more strongly than you're vibrating the new story, and the new story is mixed up with the resistance from the old story. So you have to look at that, and that's what's going on, and that's why you're not seeing what you want to see. You're seeing the same old, or you're seeing what you really don't want to see, because it's all mixed up with that old story. This is such a quick video. I don't want to make this complicated, and I'm trying to do, I know that I can make a lot of my videos very long and they become more like a podcast, and I might do a bit more of that. I actually quite like the idea of podcast. Harry does a podcast with some friends, they just started it, but he also put a snippet of the podcast that he was talking about the law of attraction on his law of attraction channel, and I loved it. Just a discussion he was having with his friend about it. His friend was very open-minded to the idea of it, really loved the chat they were having, and I thought, it's great because it's throwing ideas out there and thoughts and feelings out there for other people to pick up on and think, yeah, I feel like that. Oh yeah, right. So yeah, I quite like that idea. I might go down that route a little bit more. Don't know how. I'll have to talk to people about doing it with me and that kind of thing. So we shall see. Anyway, because I want to grow this channel, I don't want it just to be about relationships, but I know that relationships are important, and holding on to the old story is a biggest issue in relationships, isn't it? Because we think, well, they feel like this or they feel like that, but I did this, I did that, and they did this, they did that. And it's very difficult to let go of that. Maybe not to even realise what we're doing. We're manifesting this, but then we keep referring back to what used to be. So you keep referring back what used to be, it becomes what is. It still carries on being what is. Okay, I said I wasn't going to make this complicated, so I'm not going to stop there. So I'm an author, my books are listed below. You can book Zoom coaching with me. I am so booked up at the moment, but I do get the odd cancellation, so please do ask, and if I do, and I can slot you in there, awesome. If not, it's unlikely I'd be able to get you in before January at the moment, but I do have a couple of slots on that last. I normally stop for Christmas. I generally take 2 weeks off at Christmas. I'll still answer emails and that kind of thing, but I won't be doing any coaching and that over the Christmas break. It's the only time of the year that I manage to take 2 weeks off, and I really look forward to that. So if you don't manage to get in before then, I wouldn't be able to see you until January, but please do ask, like I said, and I'll put you on the cancellation list if I don't have any cancellations at the moment. I offer personalised subliminals. I also offer generic subliminals, which are available on my website, and you can download them directly, so you don't have to come to me. You just choose the one you want, pay for it, download it, done deal. And that's that. And my son Harry, as I've just talking about, has a law of attraction channel, so pop along there if you want to see what the younger person makes of it all. He's 20, nearly 21, and just yeah, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, then I'd love for you to do that.